trying to be in there, not trying to be cool, just trying to be in this. Tell me, are you too? Can you feel where the wind is? Can you feel it through all of the windows?
Hi, I'm Nisha.
I'm Jamal.
Stop.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
And welcome to The Right Moments, where we discuss marriage, money, and all the right moments. So our topic of discussion today is going to be Jamal's career being a military spouse.
Okay.
All right. So Jamal had to give up. I'm missing my whole point here because I'm looking at you.
Why are you looking at me?
Hold on.
Basically,
Okay, go.
I had to give up my career. I was working for the Wizards for about 3 years before we moved to Virginia. So I gave up my career for, 5 years?
5 years you were a stay-at-home dad?
Yeah. I was doing a little freelance stuff here and there on the side, but yeah, so that's what it is.
Being a military spouse or being married to someone who is in the military can be very challenging. There is constant moves, PCS moves as to what they're known as. Fortunately, we have not been that couple where we have had to move every 2 years, which some couples do. And for my job in the military, we're kind of stable, meaning we're there at one duty station in one location for an extended period of time. The longest was the 5 years, I believe, in one place. And the shortest, I think it's, well,
They've both been about 5 years.
They've both been about really long. So, so we're lucky in that form or in that way. But it was difficult. For example, when we moved to Texas, we both discussed that we wanted Jamal to go back into the workplace. Our kids were older. There was no need for him to focus on them at home. They were in school all day. We did have a newborn. Well, she was a year. Was she a year?
Yeah. No, almost.
She was almost a year old, but we already had daycare lined up, and we knew what we were able to afford for her to go to daycare during this particular move. It took him about a good 6 months to find employment, and it wasn't the best pay. It wasn't the most ideal work environment, but it was his foot in the door, which is what?
Which is what?
What is what you wanted, right? Just
now?
to get your foot in the door and
Are
work.
you talking about as far as the government?
Just going back to work.
That wasn't it. But as far as getting my foot in the door to find a government job, yeah. But getting my foot acclimated to San Antonio, no.
Okay.
That job was some shit.
You can't cuss.
I can't cuss, my bad.
Okay. So for those couples out there who are military couples, not dual. We're not talking about dual military. We're talking about one person is a civilian sector and the other is the actual active duty member. The one thing that I would, and once again, we're not therapists, we're not marriage counselors. This is just our personal opinion.
Nobody preaching.
No one. It's completely up to you, whatever you want to do.
Right.
So with our very first military move and Jamal giving up his job at that particular time, we were married and we had a child. If we did not have a child, or if we were
2 kids.
Well, yes, we had children. We had 2 kids.
2.
So if we were not married or we did not have children, there is no way. If I was a civilian person, I think I would have given up my profession or my job to move across country or to a few states to follow him. And I don't think you would have done the same thing.
I don't know, I probably would have, but.
No, he wouldn't. Because I remember making a phone call before kids and marriage and you hung up on me.
Tell me what happened.
Obviously, we stayed together, but you hung up on me.
I hung up on you?
You did.
I did.
Yes.
Oh, my bad, son.
It was a long night. I cried. Anyway, so we would not recommend making that big change unless you are absolutely sure you are committed to that person.
Right.
Absolutely sure. So no 30-day relationship. I'm in love. I'm about to give everything up. Follow this person across country, or not even sometimes across country. Sometimes it's overseas. So we've never been overseas. That's a completely different game for us. But please make sure you are fully committed to that person. The other thing would be, would your partner do the same thing for you? So, do you think I would have done the same thing for you if you were the military spouse?
I think.
Or the active duty member?
I think you would have. Especially if I would have had some bread. Yeah, her ass would have did it.
Stop cussing.
Listen, I can cuss. Jesus. At least 2 cuss words per video. I'm allowed that.
Okay.
2 cuss words. I'm allowed to cuss words.
You're allowed of them now. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I do believe Jamal would have done the same thing for me, and which he did, or I would have done the same thing for him.
But we was committed.
Yes, we were already committed to each other.
Goals.
We already were married. We had children. We were there. We had what?
Had goals.
Oh, we had goals. Oh, that's the leading us to our third thing. What is your motivation? What is your motivation as a couple, and what is your motivation individually? We are constantly talking about our dreams and our goals.
We are constantly talking about how we gonna get to the money. That's all I care about.
Well, he cares about the money.
The money.
Of course, I care about the money too, but I want to make sure that we're happy, that we're comfortable.
How we gonna get to the money?
And how we're able to maintain the lifestyle that we have for ourselves and our kids. Correct?
Yeah, we gotta buy these properties. We gotta do different things. We gotta get to the money. These kids can't stay here too much longer. They gotta get out.
Our oldest is not going anywhere anytime soon. And the youngest, she's gonna be here for much longer.
She gotta get out.
No. So what is your motivation as a couple? Okay? Know each other's dreams. Know how you can support each other in succeeding to reach those dreams and those goals. I personally would like to be a doctor one day.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm always in school. Always in school. And because of my profession right now, sometimes I cannot go to school full time. It's not a luxury that I'm able to have. Also, as a mom and as a wife, if I'm in school as a full-time student and working, where does my family come in?
Right.
I need my family to come first, and then everything else will kind of follow and find its place. For Jamal, of course, it's all about the money. Yeah. But to get to the money, he still has to have some goals or some plans in place to how is he going to get there for himself and our family.
How are you going to move?
You always move forward, never backward.
Always strategizing.
Yes.
Got to get to the money. The money is important in every household. There's no goals. There's no end goal. Listen, y'all going to have problems. You got to get to the money. You got to be on the same page too.
Yes, you have to be on the same page. That's the main thing.
If you're not on the same page, you're not trying to get to the money, then stuff going to fall apart.
For example, because I'm always in school, Yeah. That is not.
I like to go to school. I'm just saying.
I do like going to school, but that is not a decision I have.
You know, like going to school every year, like her sister, and her aunt. They in school all the time. I don't know. I don't understand it, but
okay. So. No, but the decision for me to be in school, to take classes, and it also depends on the type of classes, being physically inside a classroom versus online. Taking a class online has a lot more flexibility, which right now I'm doing both, one in class and one via the internet, or online, online. But if I hadn't discussed that with Jamal, my physical body that has to be in a classroom, I am in class until 8:30 twice a week. So meaning when I leave the house in the morning at 6:30 to go to work, I'm not back home till probably 9:30 at night. Luckily, the kids sometimes are still up. If they're not, then I'll see them the next day. But I need his support while I'm in school, regardless. So we had to discuss that before, okay? Then who's gonna pay for classes? That's another thing. Because I'm in school, that's coming out of our budget, coming out of our pocket, so we have to discuss that. It is not my money, it is not his money, it is our money. It is our money together in one pot, okay? And that'll be another video as to how we disseminate and budget our funds, especially since spending $500 on an oil change.
Yeah, that was fun. Can't spend that at the strip club. Let me stop.
Anyway.
Let me stop. Go ahead.
Living in the past.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
It was. It was fun though. But no more.
On the opposite side, if there's something that Jamal wants to do, which he does, I have to be able to support him in those decisions too. So he wants to get into real estate photography, and he wants to do other entrepreneurial type of things.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta have my own business again.
Yeah.
Can't continue to work for people. You gotta make your own decisions, stand on your own 2 feet. So at some point, just gotta start strategizing and figure out a way to own your own stuff. I wouldn't recommend you quitting your job and be like, I quit and don't have no income. No, you only quit your job when you're making as much or more than what you're making at your current job. That's when you quit. But in the meantime, you hold on to your job and you continue to build your brand or your business, so to speak. So, yeah. Way to get to the money.
Because 3 kids and a wife, we're expensive.
Yeah, man, these kids, man, they want something like every other day. It's like, Daddy, can I have? My man went from Jamal to Daddy, can I? And Daddy, can I have? So they don't ask their mother for nothing. She can be sitting right there.
Because it'll like, be no.
Daddy, can I? So, yeah, got to get to the money. I like money. Can't y'all tell? Money.
Yes, he does. But couples just talk, have open communication. Talk about everything. It doesn't have to be feely, touchy. But at least know what each other is thinking about. Because being a military couple, we, of course, I think have at least 2 more moves under our belt after we leave where we currently are, before I retire. And I don't think Jamal should have to give up any profession or any of his dreams or any of his entrepreneurialships because I'm in the military. I'm kind of stuck in my job, and it changes based on my roles and responsibility, but at the beginning and at the end of every day, I'm still an active duty member. Right. And he is a civilian spouse. And to me, what makes it even more difficult, he's a dad, a male military spouse, where military spouses is usually females.
It's like a rarity in the military.
Yes, it really is.
A spouse that's a male.
Yes.
Taking the kids all over. So, yeah, people used to look like, you got 3 kids?
Or they would ask, are you the service member and am I the spouse?
I was like, no.
Still,
I'm quick to say no. Nope. I am not in the military. That's all my wife.
Do you hear them? Do you hear them screaming?
Yeah, that's why they got to get out. They can't stay here.
So there are resources out there for the civilian spouses who are married to a military member. Jamal took advantage of one of those opportunities, which is the Onward to opportunity.
Yep.
So
it's a great program.
It really is. And he was actually in class online.
That was the only way that I was going to get this HR certification. So, but it was a great program for retiring.
Yeah, for military members that are getting ready to retire from the military and for military spouses.
Right.
So what they do, they kind of, they do give you courses in HR, cybersecurity, project management.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff. I can't name them all, but it's
so please look into it.
Definitely, you get certified after you finish the classes, take the certification tests, and you're certified.
Yes,
it's a great opportunity,
and it's free.
Yeah, it is free,
meaning financially free. So
I think it's also they're also partnered with
Syracuse,
the University of Syracuse as well. So it's pretty dope.
So I highly recommend you look into it. We'll leave a link to the program below. And another program, which is a little bit older than the Onward to Opportunity program, is the MyCAA. That particular program offers military spouses up to $4,000 to complete their associate's degree, to also get certified in various fields and get your license, because military spouses move from state to state to state. And sometimes, depending on what your profession is, you have to be certified in that state. For example, real estate agents or nurses, and sometimes some of our laboratory professionals, they have to change their licensure per state. So we'll also leave the link to that below. Great opportunity, free money. You just have to give your time to complete either the associates, the licensure, or whatever courses that they're offering.
Right.
Yeah. I think those were the two biggest ones that we took advantage of when we moved down here.
Yeah.
That's it.
What else you want to talk about?
All right.
Talk about what you ate today?
No, I don't want to talk about what I ate today.
Why are you looking at me then?
Never have nothing to say.
Listen, go talk.
I don't want to talk anymore.
All right.
Okay, so thank you for coming back and listening to us talk about military couples and their careers or professions. Please come back and visit us again. Subscribe. Do the thumbs up. Do the thumbs up. Do thumbs up. Do thumbs up. Just do one thumbs up like this.
You wax. This is...
All right. Please subscribe and come back. Have a good one. Bye.
You so corny.
Just say bye.
Bye.